Happy Wednesday, everyone. Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, a.k.a. Karen Johnson. Yeah, who knew Whoopi was a Karen? I thought that was only for white people, like Toyota Priuses and skiing. Roll it, Francis. Apparently they're throwing tariffs on manatee meat and bovine semen, which means The View is very unhappy. Oh.
Good morning and welcome to The View. You all saw the news. Whoopi will be back here in 2 weeks. Okay?
Oh, it's so cute when one of their side gets punished. They sulk like they ran out of raw cookie dough in the green room.
Well, not if you're Whoopi Goldberg, a.k.a. Karen Johnson. That's right. Whoopi has officially entered full-blown Karen territory. Who would have thought? I always pictured a Karen as someone arguing with a barista over oat milk, not someone with an EGOT. But here we are, and the drama is off the charts. You've probably seen the headlines. Whoopi's been suspended from The View for 2 weeks after making a remark that absolutely no one should make in 2025, claiming the Holocaust wasn't about race. Yeah, talk about dropping an anvil on a party balloon. Instant buzzkill. Roll the tape, Francis. It's time to dissect this meltdown.
BBC suspended Whoopi for 2 weeks because she said the Holocaust had nothing to do with race. She said this on a show called The View, which makes everything about race. Except now.
The Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
It's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Yeah, that's heroically stupid. Even for The View.
There's a certain thrill in watching a public figure unravel on live TV, and Whoopi just gave us a masterclass in how to lose credibility with a EI flourish of melodrama. What pushed her over the edge? Fox's Greg Gutfeld threw a roast so sharp, even the green room at The View probably needed therapy. This wasn't a rough day. This was a full-blown emotional implosion. It felt less like a debate and more like a toddler's tantrum on national television. So what did she say? During a segment on The View, Whoopi boldly claimed that the Holocaust wasn't about race.
On The View, otherwise known as Hell's DMV, Whoopi Goldberg asked how much different are the values of the Trump administration from the Taliban.
We have a leader who has repeatedly demeaned women,
Right.
wants to defund organizations that benefit women, calling on the media to shut up, specifically wants to give preferential treatment based on...
Yep. On a show where race is discussed daily, she managed to derail the conversation in record time. And instead of admitting she was wrong, she doubled down, calling it man's inhumanity to man. That's not just inaccurate, it's painfully ignorant. She didn't just trip over the facts, she ran straight into a brick wall and then looked around like, what? Did I say something? Enter Greg Gutfeld, armed with sarcasm and surgical precision. He didn't just criticize her, he dismantled her argument piece by piece on Twitter. And how did Whoopi react? Let's just say her emotional resilience was about as strong as a wet paper towel. Classic Whoopi. Cue the meltdown. If you've been watching The View long enough, you know that it's not a place for real debate. It's more like a chaotic therapy session where facts go to die. With Whoopi leading the charge, the conversation often becomes a swirl of feelings over logic. Watching them discuss serious issues is like seeing malfunctioning Siri devices argue over dinner. Whoopi especially loves to deliver her half-baked opinions like she's reinventing the wheel. And let's not forget the rest of the panel. They nod along like bobbleheads while Whoopi unravels, except for Sonny Hostin, who somehow manages to sound scholarly while saying the silliest things.
Talk about groundbreaking to actually hear a celebrity say something mean about the Taliban. How dare they compare them to Trump? The Taliban should sue. Guess they ran out of Hitler analogies. So as they bash the president, I'm reminded how entertainers rarely express any rage over any strand of misogynist Islamism. If they did, we might take their rage toward Trump seriously. A reminder, the Taliban throw acid in girls' faces for going to school. Yeah, I guess that's like defunding Planned Parenthood. Radical Islam is all for killing gays. And I guess that's the same as making some rude jokes. Trump's past rudeness is a product of a rude culture, one fed and fattened by a coarse entertainment industry.
But when Gutfeld enters the chat with real logic, you can sense their panic. The View doesn't. Welcome pushback. Disagree with them? Boom, you're the villain. The group responds with performative outrage and collective gasps. It's an emotional car crash every time, and somehow they never learn. And Whoopi's go-to move? Playing the victim. Whenever someone calls her out, she pulls the I'm being attacked card. But don't be fooled. It's not vulnerability. It's performance art. Her breakdowns follow a pattern. Wide eyes, crocodile tears, theatrical sighs. It's like she's auditioning for Best Emotional Breakdown on daytime TV. The View runs on recycled moral superiority. There's rarely any substance, just self-congratulation disguised as discussion. Watching them debate feels like watching a group of parrots hopped up on espresso scream over each other in a wind tunnel.
Brains are small, but who's the dumbest one of all? True, none of them are in Mensa, but who's the most densa? Perhaps it's Sonny who mastered the art of making idiots look smart. Now the View could ask a mirror who's the dumbest one of all, but there's no way that glass doesn't shatter.
Whoopi sits at the top of this echo chamber, tossing out uninformed opinions with the confidence of someone who clearly hasn't read up on the subject. But hey, as long as it fits their narrative, who cares about facts, right? Speaking of hypocrisy, let's talk about Sunny Hostin. She's all about reparations, racial justice, and pointing fingers until someone checks her ancestry. Turns out, she's descended from European slave owners. Oops! The internet exploded. Memes, TikToks, reaction videos. And how did The View respond? By claiming it was an attack on all women or anyone who's ever had an opinion on race. Convenient, isn't it? But let's zoom out. Gutfeld didn't just clap back at Whoopi. He exposed the entire intellectual charade of The View. He used humor as a scalpel, slicing through the show's smugness without even needing to get personal. He didn't have to stoop to name-calling. He just served facts with a side of wit, making Whoopi's meltdown look as out of place as a mime at a metal concert. And the result? Whoopi tried to change the narrative. Suddenly, her breakdown was the story. Not because she was right, but because her emotional spectacle stole the spotlight. Meanwhile, Greg walked away, cool as ever, no applause necessary. Here's the real kicker. While The View clings to its shrinking base of like-minded fans, Gutfeld's audience is growing. Why? Because people are tired of being lectured. They want honesty, with humor, realism, and the occasional push outside their comfort zone. They want to think and laugh. Meanwhile, The View has become a shouting match, not a dialogue. Disagree with them? You're the enemy. They've turned virtue, signaling into an art form, but it's an art people are growing tired of. Their ratings are dropping, while Gutfeld's show draws younger, more engaged viewers. So, Whoopi, take a hint. Instead of spiraling into yet another emotional outburst, try stepping outside your self-righteous bubble. Ditch the echo chamber and join a real conversation, because in today's media world, being loud isn't enough. Being smart, open-minded, and a little self-aware, that's what keeps audiences coming back. Let Whoopi's meltdown be more than just entertainment. Let it be a reminder to stay curious, stay sharp, and above all, keep... So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.